tired of the same old pickup lines that fall flat? Want to know how to genuinely connect with those people who seem completely out of your league? Forget everything you think you know about flirting. Today, we're diving deep into the top 7 unconventional flirting techniques that actually work, especially on those who've heard it all before. These aren't about cheesy lines or weird tricks. They're about authentic connection, confidence, and a little bit of playful psychology. By the end of this video, you'll have a brand new toolkit to make a lasting impression on anyone, no matter how intimidating they seem. Let's get started. First up, number 7, the art of the misinterpretation. This is a fun one. Instead of taking everything they say literally, playfully misunderstand them in a way that's complimentary or teases them gently. For example, if they say, "I'm so exhausted from work," you could reply with a smirk, "Exhausted from being so awesome all day. I get it. It's a tough job." It shows you're witty, you're not taking things too seriously, and you're listening, but with a creative twist. This breaks the pattern of a normal, boring conversation and immediately makes you more memorable and fun to talk to. The key is to keep it light and positive, never mean-spirited. You're not making fun of them. You're playing with them. It creates an instant inside joke and a spark of attraction. Coming in at number 6 is what I call leading with your flaws. Now, this sounds counterintuitive, right? We're all trying to present our best selves. But here's the secret. Confident people aren't afraid to be imperfect. Casually mentioning a small, quirky flaw can be incredibly endearing and disarming. For instance, you could say something like, "I'd challenge you to a game of pool, but fair warning, my main skill is accidentally hitting the wrong ball." This shows you don't take yourself too seriously, you're humble, and you're comfortable in your own skin. It makes you relatable and human, which is far more attractive than someone trying to be perfect. It invites them to share their own quirks and builds a connection based on authenticity, not a polished facade. Our 5th technique is the curiosity hook. Instead of giving away your whole life story in the first 5 minutes, be a little mysterious. Drop intriguing hints about your hobbies or experiences without giving all the details. For example, you could say, "This weekend was crazy. I ended up learning how to sword fight." Now, don't immediately explain the whole story about the Renaissance fair you went to. Let them ask, "Sword fight? What? You have to tell me more." This makes them invest in the conversation. They're actively trying to learn about you. People are naturally curious, and by creating these little information gaps, you make yourself a fascinating puzzle they want to solve. You're not being evasive, you're being intriguing. Next up, at number 4, we have the reverse compliment. Standard compliments like "you have beautiful eyes" can sometimes sound generic, especially to someone who hears them all the time. A reverse compliment is more powerful. It's when you compliment their taste, their mind, or a choice they've made, rather than just their appearance. For example, instead of "That's a nice shirt," try "You have great style. That color looks amazing on you." See the difference? One complements the object. The other complements their judgment and taste. Or you could say, that was a really insightful point you just made. I never thought of it that way. This shows you value their intellect and personality, which is a much deeper and more meaningful form of attraction. At number 3, we have breaking rapport playfully. Most dating advice tells you to build rapport by agreeing with everything. But confident, attractive people aren't afraid to disagree in a playful way. If they say they love a certain band, and you don't, you can say with a smile, "Oh no, we can't be friends anymore. Their first album was a masterpiece, but the new stuff..." Controversial opinion, I know. This creates dynamic tension and banter. It shows you have your own opinions and you're not just a people pleaser. The key is the delivery. Keep it light, smiling, and friendly. It's not a real argument. It's a form of teasing that creates sparks. It makes the conversation feel like a fun chess match rather than a boring interview. Our runner-up at number 2 is the shared vulnerability technique. This is a bit more advanced and requires good timing. When the conversation gets a little deeper, sharing a small, genuine vulnerability can create an incredibly strong bond. This isn't about trauma dumping, but sharing a relatable fear or a past embarrassing moment. For instance, I was so nervous before my presentation today, I almost forgot my own name. This is so powerful because it signals trust. You're showing them a real, unfiltered part of yourself. It gives them permission to do the same, and that mutual vulnerability is the foundation of genuine intimacy. It moves you from stranger to someone I can trust in a very short amount of time. And finally, the number 1 most unconventional yet effective flirting technique is the future projection. This is where you playfully talk about a hypothetical future with the two of you in it. It's subtle, but it plants a powerful seed in their mind. For example, if you're both talking about a love for Italian food, you could say, "Okay, next time we go on a pasta tasting tour of Italy. You're in charge of picking the restaurants." Or if they mention a movie they want to see, "We should totally go see that. But I'm warning you, I'm a popcorn thief." It's said in a joking, low-pressure way, but what you're really doing is making them visualize spending more time with you. It frames you as a potential part of their future, not just a random person they met tonight. It's confident, charming, and incredibly effective at taking things to the next level. So there you have it, 7 unconventional ways to flirt that will set you apart from the crowd. Remember, the goal isn't to use tricks, but to show your authentic, confident, and playful personality. Try 1 or 2 of these next time you're out and see how the dynamic changes. You might be surprised at how well people respond to someone who is unafraid to break the boring old rules of engagement. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on building real confidence and connection. See you in the next one.